Hey guys, I get a lot of people asking me how I close and how I qualify buyers so quickly and always know after the first visit if they're my buyer. I've seen a lot of salespeople lose a lot of buyers that could have been easily prevented. If you don't know whether a buyer is real in 15 minutes, you're not qualifying, you're being polite and broke. Qualification is not about approval, it's about clarity. You're not here to convince. You are simply here to decide who deserves your time. Here's step one. What most people say. Super weak. So what brings you in today? It sounds harmless, but it does nothing. What you should say. A little stronger. Most people I meet are either just gathering information or they're quietly trying to solve a problem. Then you pause, guys. Always the pause. Which one feels closer to you? Why this works, you normalize both answers. It lowers their defense. You force self-identification and you stay in control. If they hesitate, they're already unqualified or they're scared. Step two, what's their motivation? Ask this, what made today the day that you decided to come out? Then shut up, guys. Always the pause, okay? The real buyers is going to respond, our rent's going up, we're running out of space. We need to be in before the school year. That's a green light, guys. Pay attention to it, okay? The fake buyer, their response is always going to be, I'm just looking. We were in the area. We're not in a rush. You respond calmly, okay? Totally fair. What would have to change for this to become serious? If they can't answer, they're not real, guys. So who cares? Step three, pain is where most people bitch out. Most people bitch out. Ask this and have no apologies for it. What happens if you don't make a move in the next 6 to 12 months? Then again, pause. The real buyer is going to say, we'll keep throwing money away. We'll be stuck. We'll miss the market. We'll miss the incentives. Now you have leverage, guys. That's another green light, so pay attention to it. The fake buyer is going to say, nothing really. Just smile and say, got it. Then there's no pressure to solve anything today. Guys, watch their body language. If they lean in, they lied. Now you go to work. If they relax, it's a tour only. Just stop investing your energy. Step four, money. No broke energy here, guys. Do not say, what's your budget? That screams insecurity. Say this instead. Have you already spoken with the lender or are we still exploring numbers? If yes, perfect. What monthly payment feels comfortable without stressing your life? Monthly equals emotional truth. If no, no problem. We will get clarity on that fast. Calm, neutral, no judgment, guys, okay? Step five, the decision maker. This is old school, no bullshit. Ask this clean. Who else needs to feel good about this decision? If spouse is not there, you say this without any hesitation. Got it. So today's just about narrowing options, not actually choosing. You just, number one, reset expectations. Two, protected your time. And three, you maintained the authority. If they push back, that's perfect. Then let's make sure we're aligned before anyone decides. Step six, what's the timeline, okay? Ask if everything lined up the way you want, how soon would you realistically move forward? The real buyer, within 30 to 60 days. Before the end of the year, they're going to have an answer for you. Now, closer mode is activated, guys, okay? The fake buyer is going to say at some point, eventually, we're flexible. That's when you respond, that usually means timing is unclear. Is that fair? Silence equals truth comes out, okay? The disqualification move. Say this calmly. Based on what you told me, this might not even be the right fit. The real buyer, they're going to push back. They're going to ask for clarification. They're going to explain why it is a fit to you. The fake buyer will agree, deflect, change the subject. That's how you know, okay? This is controlled empathy. The buyer, we just want to think about it. You? Well, that makes sense, guys. And then pause. What specifically do you need to think through? You acknowledged their emotion without surrendering control, okay? Here's the final truth. Calm and deadly. If you qualify correctly, you don't chase. You don't guess. You don't hope. You know. That's a huge time saver. And guys, if this video saved you time, comment real buyers only. Like this if you're done being polite. Subscribe if you want some skills, not scripts.